There is a global pandemic that is being fueled by one of the world's most popular drugs. Now, this drug is not ecstasy. This drug is not cocaine. This drug is not even weed. This drug is what we call social media. Over the past week, Instagram sold over 40 million blue checks, equaling $660 million in sales in just under 24 hours. That's $660 million capitalizing over people wanting to look successful rather than being successful. Social media has now become a sport, a competition of some sort of who can take the best yacht photo, who can take the best photo shoot in Dubai, who can take the best private jet photo. You have influencers such as Ezra and Aisha Mian. They were found flaunting their wealth on private jets, living the life that millions of people desire. Now, a few weeks after these posts were published onto Instagram, it was actually revealed and exposed that this was not a private jet, but a studio in the heart of Los Angeles that could be rented for $64 an hour. Not only was she exposed, but another YouTuber and influencer by the name of Simply Kennedy. She is a model and also the former girlfriend of DDG. She had a photo shoot on the exact same jet. Maria Isabel, a top streaming and a hit artist, took photos on this private jet. But as usual, it was exposed that all of these celebrities were simply living a fake lifestyle and taking pictures on what looked to be a jet just for $64 an hour. Now, this is the drug that has taken the world rampantly. People desiring to look rich rather than be rich. We worship people that do not actually have the money they claim to have. There was a popular TV show in the early 2000s by the name of MTV Cribs. One of the most popular episodes was 50 Cent's episode and Bow Wow. Now, in this episode, you can imagine both celebrities flaunted Ferraris, Lamborghinis, all different variants of sports cars with their mansions. And as you can imagine, people drooled over this type of lifestyle. But a few years later, it was revealed and exposed that 90% of the mansions that were placed on this MTV hit series were actually rented and hired. Now, you can imagine how many of millions of people were fooled. All of it was a facade. Now, this is exactly what social media is, just one big facade. This is the truth behind these social media influencers. They pretend to live a life that they do not have in reality. Now, of course, there is a flip side to this. Some of these people flaunt a life that they do not live. But some of these influencers actually live the life they flaunt, but by what means? Now, you may have heard of something by the name of Dubai porta potty. Now, Dubai porta potty did not start in the last 2 years. It was overpopularized and exposed in these recent years. However, this thing has been taking place for more than a decade. Have you ever seen these social media influencers, these ladies with over-exaggerated, non-realistic features, and in their bio will be, "For bookings and inquiries, email me here." What exactly are you booking? They're not a singer, they're not a model, they have no career, but in their bio it says bookings and inquiries. As you amount a different level of wealth, you also can amount a different level of fantasies. As wealth doesn't reveal a person's true character, but rather amplifies their true character. These rich people would DM these certain social media influencers, then give them a price. For example, $30,000. But it doesn't stop there. It also has a certain terms and conditions in addition to it. These rich people have some vile, foul desires to the point of even defecating and releasing their feces into their mouth. These social media influencers, for a quick buck, for some quick change, will indulge in these vile activities. So, are they living the life that they claim? 100%. But it's by what means. And while they're being invited to Dubai to eat human feces, they would take a picture on the yacht. They would take a picture in the Lamborghini. They would take a picture in the Burj Khalifa. But what they have to do to get to that point is vile. One lady actually came out with her personal testimony, and she made it anonymous. She was invited by a rich Dubai Emirati. Now, his terms and conditions was that she come to Dubai for $40,000 and spends 1 week with him in his penthouse. Of course, there were going to be other women there, but she would be exclusively in his room, just the two of them. Now, his terms and conditions consisted of this. He would release his feces on her. Now, of course, you can imagine for $40,000, she agreed, but it did not just stop at that. She was not only paid for this gentleman's feces to be released into her mouth, but she was also paid to sleep and indulge in sexual intercourse with his 14-year-old son to encourage him to be a man. And it doesn't just stop there. It actually gets worse. Now you might be asking, how does it get worse? She was also paid to sleep with his German Shepherd dog for $40,000 US. And this influencer accepted. This is very gruesome, very disgusting, and so vile. I'm showing you the lengths that these influencers and social media pundits go just to live this lifestyle. So on one side of the coin, you have the influencers that claim to live a life that they do not live. And on the other side of the coin, you have these influencers that live the life they claim, but by what means? And at the end of her testimony, she said she felt nothing at all, because at the end of the day, she now has $1 million US liquid to her name. That's all great and all, but I will never be jealous of someone that accumulated their wealth by feces being released into their mouth. In the end, my message to you is that hard work pays off. Don't try to find any easier way or any type of malicious way to fast forward yourself to wealth. The fact is, the old-fashioned way of creating wealth is the best way. Find a product, sell it. Don't try to scam people or find some type of quick route to success, because the truth is, wealth quickly gotten will quickly diminish. As fast as Hush Puppy got his wealth is as fast as he lost his wealth. As fast as these influencers and social media stars gain their wealth through these malicious and evil and vile ways, at the exact same pace they lost their wealth. Work hard and it shall pay off. Don't desire a life you do not know. Follow and admire people that you've seen their story, you've noticed their hard work. Don't admire a life that you know nothing about. Don't admire somebody's wealth when you're not a fly on the wall. Every single overnight success took years of preparation. This is producer UJ, and if you like this video, make sure you click this other video. I promise you, you will love it.